Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we're going to be looking over the markets in general, look at a few news stories as well that's quite interesting. We're talking about the ETF as well, why everybody's so obsessed with the ETF and why the hell we're so obsessed with it. It's going to be great for the market, but we're going to be talking about that as well and we'll get your input as well. First of all, I'm just going to check to see if we're live. But first, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you being here live. And if you like these videos, can I hit that like button and subscribe if you've not subscribed already, and hit the notification bell as well. So thank you very much. I'm just going to see if we're live now. Yes, we are live. We're live. Okay, Chris Noble's in the house. Welcome to you, Chris. Good to have you here. Mike D, one of our Brown admins, is in the house. Welcome to you. Stephen King is in. Musa, Chris Winch, Alex Jug, Rocco Guerra, Rob UK, another Brown admin. Just having an interesting conversation this morning about the Akashic Records and the afterlife and stuff in the admin group. Interesting. Musa is in the house. Kim O'Brien, one of our Brown admins, is in as well. King Evo Crypto, one of our brilliant new admins, is in the house. Welcome to you. Adver Hagen is in the house. John Warburton, Stephen McAlpine, Martin and Sonia, Cole Phillips, Marcus Jafari and JC Stander is in the house just now. Just make sure it's chopped over. We have. Right. Oh no, the stream is good now, because I was saying I was getting a bad stream there, but the stream is good. Yeah, we've got 37 people watching. David Schwartz has just joined us. Okay, what's happening in the markets? Still not pretty at all, but kind of stable-ish. At least it's not kind of shooting down again, and there's a few calls being made this morning as well, but we might see Bitcoin still going down, Bitcoin price still going down. Okay, market capitalization 224 billion just now, has gone down slightly. BTC dominance has gone up slightly, surprise surprise, to 48.6%. so that's possibly, it's near its all-time high. Not all-time high, 2018 high. It's near that kind of figure just now. Who's the winners and losers over the last 24 hours? Chainlink up 16%, Monocoin, Z Classic, Maker, Populous, Holochain. What did that go up to? Missed that one. ELF, Zencash, Theta Token, Zcoin, they're all up in green just now, so about 25% up of the top 100. And down in double digits, we've got HShare, GX Chain, Ontology, Pundi X, which we'll be talking about as well. Zalika, Nebulous. So a lot of these. We'll just look at the next 100. It's always interesting to see what new ones are coming in. Excuse me. DX is up 16%. And Dow is up. Loyal Coin, Prism, Ignis, Dignity. Dignity, a lot of people are into that. It's going up again to 9 cents just now. Edgeless, Request Network, Unobtainium are all up. So probably in the next 100, probably about 12% of the 100 are up. Peercoin down, Game, Syndicator, Nexty, Ash, Skycoin, UBQ, Fusion, Nexo, Deep Brain Chain. So there's a lot down. The market's still in the red at the moment, following that big kind of crash, or not a crash, correction, or whatever you want to call it, drop in price of BTC. Where is BTC just now? 6,319 at the moment, but it did go as low as 6,200. So in fact it went lower than 6,200. I see a wick there of 6,125. I'm just going to check that just to make sure. In fact, I can check it here. Oh, it's going a bit slow today. There we go. So the low is 6,123. That was the low. So effectively we've gone up $200 from the low. So it's kind of bounced off that. Hopefully we can remain above, as long as we remain above 6,000, below 6,000, we're looking at $5,800 and then 5,500 and down to 5,000. So hopefully we stay above this kind of level, or we stay kind of relatively stable and just go up from here. But it's not looking good at the moment, although the 7 MA is coming up to meet the 25 MA for the crossover. That's on the hourly chart. If we look at the daily chart, you can see a big drop there. Daily chart and just to think we were at 8,500 only a few kind of weeks ago, and now we're down to 6,300 just now. So on the daily, so what we're looking at in terms of kind of support obviously $6,000, 6,200 was support. It was broken last night, but it came back up. So 6,000 is going to be the support that we're looking for just now, and then, as I said, 5,800 after that is another support, and then it's anybody's guess after that. Yeah, so we've not got historical kind of support level, maybe 5,400, but we don't look at history anyway. Things have changed that much. We just look at kind of recent history, and there's no recent history for below 5,800, so just let's hope we don't get to those levels. So 6,300 just now. Could it go up from here? Yeah, it definitely could go up from here. Could it go down? Yeah, it definitely could. So nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. TA is not going to tell you. TA is going to tell you kind of support levels and resistance levels and where we might go from here, but there's no kind of real direction at the moment. And just a slight uptick there on the kind of Bitcoin price. So hopefully we stay above these levels just now. Okay, we'll go back to the chat. Rocco Guerra, is ETC on Coinbase yet? It should be on Coinbase. I don't know if it's actually trading yet, but it should be on Coinbase just now. I expected another jump up for ETC, to be honest. ETC and BTC. Got Binance. So 238,000 Satoshi at the moment. So we've not gone down. Obviously, it's come down with the Bitcoin price coming down, but not as much as it could have, considering where it was back on 3rd of August, which was 199,000. So I think some people are still thinking about ETC being on Coinbase and it could go higher from here. I believe it could go higher from here, much higher, and surpass its recent all-time high of 290,000. I think it's going to go up to 300,000 if Bitcoin price behaves itself. That's why I hate being tied to Bitcoin. It's a pain in the arse. So yeah, I still think it's going to go up once it starts trading. So I don't know if it's actually traded on Coinbase yet. Coinbase latest. So what Coinbase saying on the blog: buying, selling major and higher daily limits. That's the increase to $25,000. Ethereum Classic is launching on Coinbase Pro. So that was August the 7th. We've seen that. To exchange account and place limit orders in advance of trading. We expect this to occur to approximately 1 to 2 weeks after trading. So we'll begin the launch of ETC on an exchange in Coinbase Pro. We knew that. We plan to add support for ETC at Coinbase.com when sufficient liquidity is established. So we expect this to occur approximately 1 to 2 weeks after trading begins on Coinbase Pro. As background, we recently split GDAX into Coinbase Pro and Prime. That was another piece of news that Coinbase came out with. So GDAX is now going to be Coinbase Pro. So the stages of Ethereum Classic: transfer only. That's on August the 7th. Traders cannot place orders, and orders will be filled on the books. Order books will be transfer mode for 24 to 48 hours. So you can transfer it in just now, but they're not trading at the moment. Post only. In the second stage, customers can post limit orders, but there will be no matches. Order books will be in post only mode for a minimum of 10 minutes. Then limit on full trading. In the final stage, full trading services will be available, including limit, market and stop orders. So I don't know if they're available for trading just now, but you can certainly put your coins into that, and I would imagine we'll start trading hopefully from today or tomorrow, that they'll start trading on Coinbase as well. So that's a good thing for ETC. So I do expect ETC to go up, and I think is a good long-term hold as well. It's $14 just now, but it's only $14 because the Bitcoin price is down. If the Bitcoin price was up kind of 7,500, 8,000, obviously it would be about $17 or $16-ish dollars. So it's only in a dollar kind of value because of that. In fact, we'll see what it is just now. USD T. Yeah, $15, $15.01 at the moment. I've not had my fix of coffee because I was looking at the kind of news. Well, it's only my second cup of coffee. Yeah, so that's ETC. Rails is in. Welcome to you, Bruce Rudling. Good morning. Just jumped into AST. Hopefully it'll shoot to the moon. AST, yeah, I think that was one of the ones we called this morning. Oh, AST. Yeah, so it's crossed over in the 1 hour. So it looks like it could be a good one. And I like these coins that have kind of dropped a lot. And we call it, I kind of called it bottom fishing the other day. But it doesn't sound right calling it bottom fishing. But you're looking at the coins that have dropped a lot and then waiting for a move. The 7 crossed over the 25, and then we're going to kind of look at it from there. And AST was one of them. So it was up at 2,200. It did get to a high of 2,200. But we're looking on the macro view, and that's a daily. We can see it's near an all-time low. So 1509 was the all-time low on Binance. Certainly we're talking back in November. So you're going to get a lot of kind of cheap projects here. You're going to get in really, really cheap here. But it all depends on this BTC price, I know, which is going down to 6,296. We can see here that's flashing away here. So it all depends on that price, because we could be going even lower if that goes below $6,000. Okay, we'll just go back to the chat and then we'll go look at some news. Bruce Rudling is in. Debbie Claydon is in. Welcome to you, Debbie. Good to see you here. Mark Scott is in. Welcome to you. Jacob Van Wyck is in. Morning all. Carnish J, Monaco finally going to send out reserve cards. Excellent, excellent. So that could be good for the kind of Monaco price as well. Mark Paul and TRX, second lower price in 2018, 2.5. We'll just have a wee look at TRX because I've been keeping an eye on that for trading purposes. TRX BTC. Wow, 388 just now, and the last time it was around about these levels was 20th of March. So yeah, that would be the lowest price it's been since the 20th of March. But TRX is going to be these ones that kind of, when it goes, it's going to blow. I think the same with Pundi X as well. We'll have a look at Pundi X. So just to be kind of honest and open, I really love Pundi X. I think it's got a brilliant future. But with the recent kind of price drop, I kind of got in. I think the latest trade I did was I got in at 30, out at 31, in at 29, out at 30, and I'm out of it just now, hoping to get in a price lower. But I might not catch it if it does kind of shoot up. So just look at the MPX price. NPXS price. So 28.29 it is just now. So I might get back in at possibly 29 if that kind of stays there. But it's gone down a wee bit. So I've managed to trade a wee bit and maybe get 4 or 5% here or there, 3% here and there, just being in and out of it. I should have got out when it was 34, but I thought it was going to go higher, and then Bitcoin kind of price crashed. So yeah, we need to wait and see what happens with Pundi X. Really, 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 really like them for the long term. And I've got it as a community coin as well, so we've got kind of some tucked away at the side. But I'm kind of trading just now, trying to get the BTC numbers up, or trying to get more BTC to trade in. So each time I've kind of traded into Pundi X, what I've done is I've increased the holding by maybe 200, 300,000. So each time I've traded in and out of Pundi X. So that's what I'm doing. When I see other trading opportunities, I'm going to try and get into them so I can increase the BTC holding and go in bigger on Pundi X, because I think it's going to explode, or it's close to exploding. Maybe not right now because of the BTC price, but it kind of was kind of going that way. I'll just look on the 6 hourly chart. You probably can't see that. It did go up to 36 Its peak was at 36. That was only a couple of days ago, and I think it's going to way surpass that. I think we're going to see up to 100 Satoshi by the end of the year, but I'm still willing to get in and out of it to increase the BTC holding, to increase my Pundi X holdings when it eventually do kind of just stay in it for a bit. Good day all, RC is in the house. Welcome to you, T Films. Time to buy, yes indeed. Yeah, I think it is, but still keep an eye on the BTC price. I might still go lower, but we need to kind of keep an eye on it. Rocco Guerra, when ETC is available for trading, I think it could go higher. Yeah, that's my thoughts as well. I think as soon as it is available for trading on Coinbase, I think it's going to kind of shoot up again. But yeah, that's definitely my thinking. Rafi Bogosian, morning to you. Honest Crypto Journey, good morning to you. Genio, got into TRX at 3 cents. I think I'll just go along with it. No point trying to rebuy now. LTC wrecked, but I'm long term. What's happened to LTC? I think LTC USDT price is mental. It is $62. $62 for Litecoin. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you think back in May it was $182. So it's gone down 66% from back in May. We're only talking May. So that'll be a good one to kind of keep an eye on. As well as Litecoin still relevant today? I believe so, yeah, definitely. It's still going down just now. So that's on a 15-minute chart. Look on the 1 hourly chart. 15-minute chart is good for if you're day trading. Even a 5-minute chart is good for day trading as long as the Bitcoin price is going up. When you see the Bitcoin price going up and you think it's going to go up, if you look at the charts, then that's when you say, okay, I'm going to look at the alts and start getting in, and you can get in a 5-minute chart just to catch a rise. But if the BTC price is kind of going sideways, or you think it's going to go down, then obviously don't get into the alts. So we just don't know what's happening with BTC. This is a BTC price just now. Slight kind of curve up, but very slight. We just kind of draw a line there. We've got the lowest price. That's where it is just now. So that's from the lowest price upwards. So obviously we don't want to go below that kind of support line there if we're talking about the kind of uptrend there. So we need to wait and see. So that's when to take a look. If you think it's going up, if we get some more green candles here, if you think it's going to go up, that's when to take a look at the alts, look at the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, if you're day trading, and then say, okay, it's time to get in. And then you're going to get some big rise, you're going to get some nice 5%ers, 10%ers, etc. So who's on the kind of top of the list just now? This is on Binance. Link is shot up just now. That kind of crossed over. That was on a 1 hour chart, crossed over at 3488, and it was a high 4311. So a nice kind of 33% there if you could got in. Hot, can't really, not really a trading coin hot because you have to hodl it too long. Fuel has just jumped up. And if we've seen that on the 15-minute chart, would we have caught that jump? Yeah, they caught it quite easily actually. At 244 we could have caught the jump, or round about there. 250 maybe, when it crossed over. Zen has gone up 8% as well. Modem gone up, so that's a couple of risers on the Binance side of things. If we take a look at Bittrex, that's gone up there. So Monocoin, we've seen that as one of the highest risers, but that kind of shot up. It looks like a pump and dump. That's in a 15-minute. Well, no, it's not pump and dump, but 23,000 all the way up to 34,000. So you're talking about a 50% increase. It's all-time high and it's come right down again. I don't know if it was a pump and dump or not. So Bittrex, I've never traded on Bittrex for a while, actually. I think I've still got my a small amount, a very small amount of Bitcoin on there. So I need to check that. Okay, go back to chat. Oh, Gene, thank you very much for the £10 donation. Really appreciate that, mate. Always get surprised when somebody makes a donation. Thanks very much for that, buddy. Harold H, morning Stephen, CY2, smash the likes. Yes, crush those likes, everybody, if you like these videos. I'm always surprised when I get a donation. It's brilliant. Thank you very much. Cooklat, good morning Steve. Good morning to you. King Able Crypto, let's hope BTC is not forming another bear flag. Yeah, I know. I don't even want to look at it just now because I think it is going to go down, but we just need to wait and see. Chris Cash, morning Steve. Zebi has bottomed out around 5,500, 6,000, either sats. Keep an eye on this one. Community is okay, and if market rises, this will be huge. So Zebi, I've not looked at that in a while, actually. What is it just now? 346. So it's probably as lowest as it has been. It's been up as high as 21 cents, so 10 times where it is just now. So these are the things we're going to kind of look at once BTC kind of stabilizes and say, okay, where are the bargains? Where are the companies that are going to be here in the next 2 years? Where's the projects that are going to be here in the next 2 years? And then buy into them kind of big time. And that's why I like the likes of Babb as well. Where is Babb just now? They've not released any more news. I just want to look at the crowd cube funding. 18,000 over. So we've got that 1.5 million. So you can still get into the Babb crowdfunding if you want equity in the company Babb. So it's 101%, which is fantastic. So no more new news out just now, but we're not expecting that for a couple of months, but hopefully they'll bring out kind of other things in between, updates and things like that as well, to keep you up to date. Stephen SS, morning from Wales. Good morning to you. Lack, for the long run, is it good for backs about ETF failure? No. It's now that I don't think the ETF is going to affect backs, to be honest. I think backs is kind of its own kind of entity. Obviously, there's competition there, but I don't think the ETF is going to affect Babb at all. Okay, let's have a look at the news. This is what I was talking about in kind of the beginning, about everybody's focusing way too much on this kind of ETF thing, and it's kind of driving the markets just now, which is not a good thing at the moment, but we want new people in. That's obviously why kind of people are talking about the ETF so much, because they want new investment in. But when the news of the ETF is driving the markets and kind of either bullish or bearish, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, and I think that's what's happening here. And there's a news article that kind of reflected exactly what I was thinking. I think is a good thing. Pantera Capital CEO, people should be focused on backed and not on Bitcoin ETF rejections. So backed, we mentioned this, mentioned it the other day, and this is potentially, well, it is huge news, and we said that, and I think this has been underplayed slightly about the backed kind of news. So on Wednesday, 8th of August, Dan Moorhead, the founder and CEO of crypto-focused investment firm Pantera Capital, said in an interview on CNBC's Fast Money there'd be a long time before a Bitcoin ETF gets approved by the SEC. We kind of know that anyway, and investors should instead be focused on the Intercontinental Exchange's announcement about its upcoming cryptocurrency exchange Backed. So we kind of spoke about this the other day, and this is what Intercontinental Exchange to launch Backed, a global regulated ecosystem for digital assets. This is really, really big news. Can't highlight that enough, how big that could be. We spoke about the article when it was said the New York Stock Exchange owner wants to bring Bitcoin to 401k, crypto credit cards next. So we spoke about this already, and this could be really, really big. So Backed is building an open, seamless global network to enable you to buy, sell, store and spend digital assets simply, safely and efficiently. Backed by Intercontinental Exchange's proven financial market infrastructure and technology, Backed's secure global platform will connect investors, merchants and consumers, making it easier, faster, more cost-effective to access, trade and use digital assets. Backed's open source neutral platform will be designed to meet applicable regulatory requirements and to support innovation around digital assets and blockchain applications. So take a look at this, because this is really, really big, big news. and more so I'd say than the kind of ETF. This could actually drive the market and bring a lot more kind of big institutional investors in as well, and get people trading as well as using the cryptocurrency what it's meant to be used for. So have a look at that, but I'll post the links to all the articles. So I thought this was quite good. So there's a Bitcoin segment on Fast Money. Started with the news correspondent Bob Pisani talking about the US Securities and Exchange Commission delaying a decision on the VanEck SolidX Bitcoin ETF. So Dan Morehead has kind of come back when he was asked what he saw as the next catalyst for the Bitcoin price going up, and Morehead answered, in the last 3 or 4 business days, we've had 2 pieces of news. The ETF being rejected for the 5th time. That doesn't seem very interesting to me, but on Friday, the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange, which also owns 42 billion of other exchanges, launched a cryptocurrency exchange called Babb. That's huge news. That is going to be very profound impact over the next 4, 5 or 10 years for the markets, and to my mind that's what people should be focused on. So that's from Dan Morehead, and I think he's right. I think we should kind of focus on that. We're focusing way too much on this ETF just now, and it's in the market, it's priced into the market already. So it was priced into the market when they were talking about the ETF getting approved, and they thought it was going to get approved, and they were kind of speculating. It was priced into the market already when it was kind of up at $8,000, and now because it's been rejected, well, it's not been rejected, it's been put back to September the 30th, and I don't think a decision will be made on September the 30th. I think they're just going to look at it more, and it can take years sometimes for an ETF to get approved. The copper kind of ETF just came out in 2012, and copper's been around for since the earth was here, and so 2012 the copper kind of ETF came out. So I think it's going to be the same with Bitcoin, and there's going to be a lot more problems with Bitcoin. But I don't think we should be focused on this. I think we should move away from the ETF now. As big as it's going to be, and it is going to be huge if ETF is going to be fantastic, if they approve a Bitcoin ETF, but we should stop focusing on that because it's driving the Bitcoin price, and really it's driving the markets just now. So we should definitely move away from that, I believe. That's my thoughts on it. And I'll post a link, as I said, as well. Okay, other news, Lightning Network passes 3,000 node capacity and capacity approaches 100 BTC. This is good for the Lightning Network, and to me this is why you can't use TA, because the fundamentals of Bitcoin, of cryptocurrency and everything else is moving so fast. Lightning Network is one of those kind of technologies that's driving the technology forward, and this is why we can't use kind of TA from like 4 or 5 years ago, technical analysis I'm talking about here. So it says in this article, this is from Bitcoinist, capacity expands 85% in July. So data from monitoring resource 1ml.com confirms that network capacity increased 85% in the past 30 days, and bringing mainnet Lightning's total funds accommodation to 97 Bitcoin, which is $628,000. So Lightning originally debuted around the start of 2018 in its mainnet form, with growth accelerating through Q2. So in May, Twitter commenter Kevin Rook notes, capacity remained comparatively low at just 18 BTC before a dramatic increase began in July. And you can see the figures here. This is for the Lightning Network they're talking about. So technology is moving on. Bitcoin is kind of moving on. Even the kind of underlying code and everything with the Lightning Network and everything else is moving on. And this is why it's good. This is why everything is kind of moving on. So I think the future is really, 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 really bright for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrencies, or for good cryptocurrencies, good projects we're talking about. When we're talking good projects, obviously we're talking the top 20, top 30 and other projects that are up and coming. And I see Pundi as being one of those that are up and coming. I see Babb as being one of those that are up and coming as well. And there's loads of other kind of smaller ones, but you just have to be careful of what you're getting into as well. So this is about kind of what's driving things forward, and this Lightning Network is helping BTC and driving things forward as well. Okay, Reddit's not going to let me in just now, so I'm going to have to refresh the cache and get rid of that. But it was just another comment saying we're kind of obsessing about ETF as well. In fact, I think it was on here because I went on to another network or incognito mode. That's why I need to kind of clear the cache. So I'll link to this article, not talk about it, but it's talking about the ETF as well. Ethereum World News, Bittrex to add fiat support for Ethereum Classic and XRP, which is good. So Bittrex are kind of coming up with a few innovations as well. With the USDT, you can buy in dollars with fiat as well. That was recently kind of announced a couple of weeks ago. And Bittrex to add the fiat support for Ethereum Classic and XRP as well. So that's good news. So it's just another trading pair for Bittrex. So it's just Bittrex up and coming. But it's good news for ETC that's getting the USD pairing as well. Not USDT, it's meant to, I should have said USD. So that's a dollar, which is good. Pantera Capital, yeah, I've kind of looked at that already. That was BitMEX. I was just I was testing out a few things on OKX and BitMEX. I think that's the news that I was going to mention. Yeah, I think that's the main news I was going to mention. Okay, we'll go back to the chat. Chris Cash, oh yeah, and smash the likes up, people. You're doing a great job, Steve. Keep on doing. Thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate that, buddy. Crypto Don Juan is here. Good to see you. Not seen you for a long time. Made it. Tim Moores is in-house. Carnage J. ETF is just another way of pumping the market, that's all. It should not affect the level or movement direction of the market. Mass adoption will. Exactly. Exactly. So if we're looking about what the future of Bitcoin is, what the future of crypto is, Backed is one of them, but the future of kind of crypto and Bitcoin is mass adoption and the actual use of the token itself. So we want people to start using it. This is why I think Bitcoin, Pundi X is going to be so good for the markets overall. And I think it's highly, highly undervalued just now. And that is what's going to get people to use cryptocurrency. That's actually going into a shop with a card and paying with your coffee, paying for your bread, milk in the morning, your rolls and eggs in the morning with cryptocurrency using a point of sale machine like Pundi X are kind of bringing out. Obviously there's others as well, but I think Pundi X are going to be leading the way in the next kind of 3 years for that as well. Kingibo Crypto BTC could adapt to a level where it makes a lot of altcoins obsolete. I think that's what's going to happen, to be honest. Jim Bob, I think that's going to happen, whereby that BTC is a dominant crypto anyway, but I think a lot of other crypto and a lot of other projects are just going to fall by the wayside, and we're no longer going to see kind of 5,000 to choose from. We're going to have, and I've kind of mentioned this before, we're going to have a top 100 index like the kind of FTSE 100 or the Dow Jones kind of 30 as well. We're going to have one of those in crypto. That's coming soon. We're going to have a smaller one just like the kind of FTSE 250 or something like that as well, and I think that's going to be good, and we can actually invest in funds for those as well. We can invest in the index kind of funds for those that just track the index. So I think that's going to be good as well for the market. So we're getting more and more like the stock market. It's unregulated just now, but it's looking as if it's going to be more and more regulated, which is a good thing for us. Are we going to see the huge gains that you can get with some of them? Yes, we still are. We're still going to see huge gains. Just like in the stock market, when you get penny stocks that just jump up 100, 200%, although few and far between, we're still going to see that in crypto. So there's still a lot of opportunities, but it's going to be much more regulated in 1-2 years time. So you're not going to see those huge kind of spikes up, but more so than the stock market. I think a lot of money is going to come out of the stock market and go into crypto as it becomes more regulated as well. So we are still at the start of a revolution here just now. We're talking financially, talking about the financial markets. We're talking about the underlying kind of blockchain technology as well. We are still at the very forefront of what's happening at the moment. We have to remember that. We're going to look back in 10 years and tell our grandkids or whatever, I was there at the start. Although the start was really kind of much earlier, we're still at the very start of things happening just now. So we have to be kind of proud that we're still here, that we're still in the market, maybe just hanging on by a thread, but we're still in the markets just now, and we have to be proud of that fact that we've kind of seen the highs, seen the lows again, seen the lows again, seen a wee high, and then just so give yourself credit for doing that, for just being here and being at the forefront. Davey Stew, one of our brilliant admins, is in the house as well. Better late than never. Good to see you here. Davey Stew says, Tim Moore's morning, do you think the Pundi X will revisit its all-time high price of 0.15 this year or go higher? I think, so I'm just going to look at the actual BTC value of the all-time high. And I think BTC was much higher price as well. But I want to see what's the all-time high for the BTC price, not the actual dollar price. So 233 was the Satoshi value, its all-time high. We're at 228 just now, so 9x from here. I believe we're going to see 100 before the end of the year. Could it get to 233 Satoshi? Yes, I believe it could. I believe it could before the end of the year. I don't want that would be a moonshot goal. So when I've got kind of targets in mind, when I'm kind of trading or when I'm going in long-term investing, so you've got okay, this could reach kind of double the price, and that would be good, and you feel safe about getting in. And you look at the bottom price, what's the very lowest price it's been at, and I think it's 23 Satoshi or something. Not all time, but we'll just say what the all-time low was, 11 Satoshi. So we'll go with 11 Satoshi. So it's 28 Satoshi just now. Its all-time low was 11 Satoshi. All-time high was 233 Satoshi. So if you work out the risk to reward ratio just to get to its all-time high again, and remember they've moved on. They've actually shipped out point of sale machines as well. They've actually shipped them out, and they're going to be shipping out more, 100,000 over the next 3 years as well. So they've actually moved on with their technology. They're building their own blockchain as well. They're looking at doing that. So there's lots kind of going on with Pundi X. And it's moved on since that time as well. So the risk to reward ratio is really fantastic if you look at it from that point of view alone, just to get to its all-time high. What could it do after that? And goodness knows, but I think it's going to be a main driver if they can keep doing what they're doing just now. So they're moving fast. I think they're definitely moving fast, and I like what they're doing just now. The more and more I read from Zach and the kind of Pundi X writers as well on Medium, the more and more I like it, to be honest. It's just the price is unloved at the moment, and this is the time. This is a perfect time for you to get into a coin because it's unloved, but you know it's got a product, you know it's got money actually coming in, because these point of sale machines are $300 each. So they've got money coming in. 100,000 times $300 is 30 million over the next 3 years. Fantastic. And so this is unloved just now. Everybody's a lot of people are ignoring it, apart from the people that are in it just now. A lot of people are ignoring it, but you're going to see this kind of hit the news more and more and more. And this is a perfect time to get in, because you're going to look back next year and go, my God, it was 28 Satoshi and I didn't get in. It's now 200 or 300 Satoshi. Can't believe it. And then you're not going to get in at 300 Satoshi, and then the year after that you're going to say, shit, it was 300 Satoshi. It's now 1,000 Satoshi. This is a perfect time to get in. Okay, rant over. Pete Harding, 1,500 coins, far too many. Regulated market needs to burn off these useless ICOs. It's more than 1,500 coins. So you'll notice on CoinMarketCap, when you go into CoinMarketCap, its listing cryptocurrency is 1,784, but you cannot get a listing on CoinMarketCap until you hit a certain level, until you're trading at a certain level. So there's about 5,000 coins in total. I think there's more than 5,000 coins in total. It's just a lot of them are not hitting CoinMarketCap. That's why you only see 1,784 at the moment. So there's more than that. So a lot of these are going to drop off, which is good, which is really good. I just picked up Backed Solutions, Domain. Excellent. Good thinking, Joseph. I like that. So what I would do there, being a business person, if you picked up Backed Solutions, I would kind of do that, obviously write maybe a couple of articles, or just redirect a domain name with your affiliate link. If Backed are going to have an affiliate link, redirect it with your affiliate link over to the Backed kind of platform. That's what I would do to help you make some money, if you're going to do that, or just let them buy it off you for 10 Bitcoin or something. So I think that's a kind of wise move, that, and it's quite cool. What else was I going to tell you? Was there anything else I was going to look at? Yeah, I'm looking more and more kind of BitMEX just now. I know it's really dodgy. It's not really dodgy. You just kind of have to know what you're doing. So I'm just wanting to learn about it. But I was disappointed to see they've taken off the Ethereum Classic. I think that would have been a fantastic one. But OKX, I believe they have Ethereum Classic. They do. So I might, and you can go 20x leverage on that. So I might be looking at that. I know obviously it's very risky, but I'm trading just now to try and get more Bitcoin, to try and get more Pundi X. And where is Pundi X just now? 28.29. It's going to go back up to 30. So I might not get back in at 29. I need to wait and see. I'll just refresh this. Yeah, so 29 it kind of sold out as, could possibly get back in for 5.2 million at that. And just see what the USDT price is. 6,306, so it's kind of staying around that 6,300 level. Have you ever looked at Digibyte? Yes, I did. I've been in and out of Digibyte in the past. So I have looked at Digibyte, and I think it's going to go higher, but it's just very, very slow. It's definitely a long-term hold. It's not a trading coin, certainly. It's definitely a long-term hold. ETF, so volatility, which we use to make some day trading or swing trading, you think will finally over, or it will last till next bull run start? So wolatility, which we use to make some day trading or swing trading, you think will finally be over? No. I don't think it'll be over. I think there's always opportunities to make money in the market, even a falling market, a stable market, and a rising market. So there's always opportunities, always. So I still think we're going to get those swing trading and the day trading. That's always going to be there. It's never not going to be there. So there's always going to be opportunities there. So no, I'm not saying that it's going to be more stable in the whole market. There's still going to be brilliant opportunities, but I just don't think you're going to see these big 2, 3, 4, 500% spikes. But that's not going to happen for another couple of years down the road until it's kind of fully regular or almost fully regulated. And even when it's fully regulated, because it's crypto, you're going to have side markets as well, which is going to be much more dangerous. Crypto.1, the market looks so good for buying right now. I'm getting more. Get me some more Neo. Yeah, where is Neo? I started getting some Neo. We'll just look at the tether price. $21. Jesus. It's been as low as $21.15. There's $21.99 just now. That's just kind of bargain city, that, isn't it? So I started accumulating when they're about $27, $26, just using my CoinX tokens and some Ethereum I had lying about. I started buying Neo. So I think I've collected about 30 or something, 30 Neo. But it's gone down again. So yeah, I would definitely... it's just having the money there. It's having the money, because you just go, right, okay, just buy as much Neo as you can get and just leave it for the next couple of years. Neo is one that would be definitely a long-term hold. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. Thank you very much, Gene, for your donation. Really appreciate that. And he said, really appreciate the channel and your work, Stephen. Thank you very much. Honestly, really appreciate that, Gene. It's nice to kind of get a donation, not just for the donation, but just to be recognised that somebody's willing to give you money for being on the kind of doing what you're doing. I think that's always a good thing. So thank you very much, Gene, and thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate your time with me in the morning and having a wee coffee with me in the morning as well. So until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.